Good, Josh. Boy, Peel back with another one, man. Today, as you can see, we watching things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. I'm a sophomore in college, so I feel like this is a good little video to watch, because why not? And I don't know this guy, so we're not going to sub up just yet. R-A-O-D-Y. Rowdy. We're going to see what he's talking about. Rowdy. Okay, rowdy. That sounds better, rowdy. Yeah, I'm 19, almost 20 as well. I turned 20 this July, man. That's crazy. But make sure y'all like, comment, sub. Let me know what to watch. Comment down below what I should watch, who I should listen to. Put me on to some music. Yeah, man. See what it's talking about.
These are things you realize as soon as you graduate high school. Number one, your high school social life does not matter at all. The moment you graduate, you're gonna forget about 95% of people you went to school with.
No
Seriously,
lie.
all those people whose opinions you cared about, you will never see them again. For me, this was a simultaneously frustrating but also freeing realization. It was frustrating because it made me real.
I be thinking about him sometimes. I just be like, hey, I wonder what bro's doing right now. Like, I wonder what she doing right now. I wonder what he doing right now. Like you was really acting like this in high school. What you doing now?
Realize how dumb it was all those times I overanalyzed my appearance or my attitude or the way I talked to girls. I mean, every guy at least once throughout high school has tried to be the silent, mysterious, cool guy sitting in the corner thinking everyone thinks he's Bruce Wayne. But then you get home and realized you didn't talk to anyone all day and just wasted your time. When you're in high school, you think the stakes of your social life are so high and that if you publicly embarrass yourself, it's gonna haunt you forever. But literally the moment...
No, I think it was my senior year. It was my senior year where I didn't even care what I was doing at school no more, bro. I stopped caring about what people thought like that. Like my senior year, bro, I just... Like, come on, bro.
The moment you get home from graduation, you realize that your social status in high school did not matter at all and you will never see any of those people ever again. And in that sense, it's very freeing because if you didn't like the person you were in high school, you can just close that chapter and start afresh. And once you graduate high school, your friend group is most likely going to change a lot and you're going to have less friends, but they're going to mean...
I'm still there with the same bros. The same brothers.
More to you. Because in high school, a lot of your friendships are going to be based out of convenience. In high school, you're going to be friends with people because they're in a lot of your classes or maybe...
Same brothers from, like, middle school, then into high school, like, even the summer before going into high school. Same friends, bro. Same friend group.
Maybe they're in some of your extracurriculars. And honestly, a lot of the time, you're only friends with those people because you're in such close proximity to them every single day. But once you graduate...
People I was friends with just because they were in my class, I don't talk to them no more. For sure.
High school, you really are free to find friends that are like you and more aligned to your goals. So if you're in high school right now, shoot the shot, talk to the girl, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. And if you do embarrass yourself, realize that 99% of people will forget about you the moment they graduate. The next realization you will have as soon as you graduate is that 90% of what you learned in high school is completely useless. Now, you were probably already aware of this while you were in high school, but it becomes all the more evident as soon as you graduate. I don't know sales, marketing, or how to do my taxes, but I know what an ionic bond is. Thank you, public school system. Because the content of what you learn in school will be so irrelevant to you after you graduate, it makes self-education all the more important. If you're in high school, especially if you're 17 or 18, you probably already have an idea of what you want to pursue after you graduate. And I think that it's extremely crucial that outside of school hours, you educate yourself in that field. It's going to put you at such a head start and advantage over your peers once you graduate. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't focus on the content of your formal education. Obviously, your grades are important for college apps and job applications and stuff like that. But truthfully, the most valuable skill being a good student in high school will teach you is having a strong work ethic. If you're someone who's taking AP and honors classes and are the type of student that works really hard, even if you think that what you're learning is pointless and ultimately a lot of it is, just understand that your ability to work hard is growing stronger, and ultimately your work ethic is going to be one of the most important skills you will have in the real world. This was a big issue for me because I was a good student throughout school, but only because I wanted to match the expectations of my parents. So I would do just enough to get that A on the report card, and then I would completely give up. This led me to resent school pretty much throughout high school, and I had a pretty miserable time. But I think a better perspective to take is that I am someone who has big goals, and I want to be someone who is capable of working extremely hard. So even though learning that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell is not congruent to my goals, when I study for the biology test until 2 a.m., I am becoming someone who's more capable of working hard, and I can use that skill later down the line on work that is congruent to my goals. The next realization you'll have once you graduate is that there is life beyond school. It sounds odd to say, but high school was so structured and restrictive that once I graduated, freedom felt weird. It's like,
bro,
oh, now I don't have to wake up
weird
at 6:30 and ride this cold school bus while the driver is blasting morning radio while I'm trying to get an extra 30 minutes of sleep. In my opinion, college is way better than high school because you pick what your classes are, you pick when they are, and you get to choose what you do with the rest of your week. Now, at the age of 20, it sounds odd for me to say, but when I graduated, I had this epiphany that my time actually belongs to me. Because throughout high school, my time essentially belonged to the school. I had to get up early, ride the bus to school, spend 8 hours there, come back home. By the time I got home, it was already 5 o'clock. Then I had to do 2 hours of homework.
Boy, what? 5? Oh, no.
Homework, eat dinner, and by this point it's 9 or 10 o'clock, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to sacrifice your sleep to work on something that you want to do or have fun, or do you want to get a nice 8-9 hours of sleep and spend no time for yourself? I think this is the biggest flaw in the education system because all it really does is train you to be a mindless worker. But once you graduate, you sit back and you have this moment where you realize you can choose what to do with your time, and that independence is very, very liberating. The next realization that you'll have after high school is that life moves at 2 times speed once you graduate. I graduated in 2023, about a year and a half ago, and the time between then and now has zoomed by. Because high school was so structured, it felt like it took forever, like it was a 4-year prison sentence. But my entire freshman year of college was like I blinked and it was over. I think that being present in the moment is
and I'm almost done with my second year. We got like 4 weeks left.
Time doesn't seem to slip by as much, and existence is more enjoyable. And the last thing anyone needs is to blink and wake up and wonder where their 20s went. So if you're in high school, your perception of time will likely change after you graduate. And don't think these slow...
We got like 3 weeks left, bro, and I'm on summer break going on to my junior year of college. What's up? What's up, bro?
Pace of high school is going to be your life forever. Make sure to always be present or you're going to miss a lot of life. The next thing you'll realize once you graduate high school is also the most important thing you'll realize, and that's you have to take accountability for everything in your life. The modern education system constantly reinforces the idea that nothing is ever your fault, and I think that's one of the most dangerous ideas that has been perpetuated over the past decade or so. Once you graduate and take accountability for everything in your life. The modern education system constantly reinforces the idea that nothing is ever your fault.
How? If you don't study for a test, the effect of that is that you will fail, and that's your fault. If you are forgetful and you don't write down that you have homework, the effect of that is that you will get a 0 on your homework and your grade will drop. I don't know what he's talking about on that point.
And I think that's one of them. It's like, oh now I don't have...
What did I just press? I was trying to turn something off on my keyboard. We were right here.
Forces the idea that nothing is ever your fault, and I think that's one of the most dangerous ideas that has been perpetuated over the past decade or so. Once you graduate and you have to fend for yourself, Nobody cares about your disadvantages. And even if you have legitimate disadvantages, let's just play it out to the extreme, okay? Say you feel as if you're being held back by your ethnicity, gender, disability, or some other reason, okay? You will never be successful. Is that what you want me to tell you? Because I can almost guarantee that someone has had it worse and done it better. I'm a big sports fan, and I often think about Manny Pacquiao, who was so impoverished he had to turn pro at the age of 16, and he was so malnourished that he couldn't even make the weight for the lowest weight division. Somehow he came from abject poverty in the Philippines to one of the greatest boxers of all time. If he can do that, I'm fairly confident I have the resources to achieve my goals. Comparison goes both ways. You don't have to use it to compare yourself to people who have more advantages than you. I just remember someone telling me there are 2 words that will get you out of whatever struggle you're going through.
Let me try to guess it. 2 words that'll get you out of whatever struggle you're going through. 2 words to get you out of a struggle. Get up.
Through. My fault. Because I'm not that far removed from high school, I still remember it pretty vividly, and I can say with confidence that 15 to 18-year-olds are very capable. And I think that coddling these people in a very formative period of their life into thinking that none of their shortcomings are ever their fault is very dangerous. You will never achieve your goals until you realize that you have to take accountability for everything in your life. Please follow me on Instagram. I read my DMs if you have any ideas to tell me, and I'm posting once we hit 30,000 subscribers, so check me out.
W Rowdy. W video. Let me see what else he makes. I like that video. Oh, okay. Type of girls you meet in college. Why you need to start dating older women. Yeah, for real. Start dating older women, guys. It's the way. It's the way. Types of guys you meet in college. The greatest outfit of all time. Okay. Okay, I like this channel. And he's just really starting. I like this channel. Okay, Rowdy. Okay, Rowdy. Get you a little sub. I hope y'all like this video, man. Let me get a little sub from you if you made it this far. If you enjoy it, like it up so it pops up on more people's For You page, and comment what I should watch. Let me know who I should listen to next. Put me on the sun now. It's your boy P on the boom.